Hi, it's me again. And debate is still raging about these bank cancellations. And I've got a bit more stuff to talk about on that today, because it is getting more serious. And if you're one of those people who thinks, well, it's not going to happen to me, I'm a good boy, I am. Remember one thing, what we've learnt so far in this is they come after the families. So it might not be you that's done something wrong. Could be your dad, be your sister, could be a cousin, and you could still be affected by it. So it matters. It does matter, and we need to speak out about it. Now, the whole Nigel Farage thing is what's really brought it to the forefront, isn't it? I know it's happened to other people, but it's Farage that's brought it to the forefront. And yeah, it's an interesting one. I fully admit we don't know the full ins and outs of this. We don't know the full ins and outs of it. And you know, Black Belt Barrister, friend of the channel, he talked about it. Here's a little bit of that.
There may be people with whom he has had genuine dealings that the bank has then developed concerns about, and therefore they've gone through this trail of connections and decided, let's just close all of those accounts to limit our risk of exposure for any kind of wrongdoing from any of these people in any of these networks. Then that might cause the bank to raise red flags and delve into their terms and conditions to see whether they can just cut their economic and commercial loss before it happens.
So I get it, right? It's possible that he was had some dodgy money or something, and they want to just limit their exposure to any bad press or any issues or any auditing, anything like that. And it's in their T's and C's, they can do it. So they can. You sign those T's and C's. Yes, that's not... We don't know the ins and outs of the Farage case. He's saying he's squeaky clean. We don't know. If you were told the truth, would you believe it? So you can't always put that one down to what you would say wrong think, right? He's been punished for having a point of view. But there is a case that's heavily debated at the moment that you can put down to wrong think. Saying something that they don't agree with and being removed from the bank. That, is it a reverend, a vicar? I don't know the difference. Well, this is what was said, look. Reverend Richard Gill, a customer of Yorkshire Building Society for 17 years, had his account closed after writing to the bank to complain about its public messaging during Pride Month. I wrote to them on their Facebook portal making 2 points. One was, is this really a good use of your time? You're not here for social engineering. And secondly, I said I have serious ethical problems with transsexual element and the implications of broadcasting that to young children. Now, you may or you may not agree with what was said there. I'm not coming down either way on the fence. You may or you may not agree on what his thoughts on the matter are. You don't have to agree. I don't have to agree. I'm not telling you what side of the fence I fall on. It doesn't matter. That's not the debate here. I want to start this whole debate down in the comments because I quite like having a bank account, to be honest, and I don't want to lose mine. But whether or not you agree with what he said, you have to agree that you'll defend his right to say it. You know, on a daily basis, I hear quite a lot of stuff I don't agree with. But it's okay, I'm a big boy, I can shrug it off. You're entitled to have your own opinions and thoughts on things. So you don't have to agree with it. But one day you're going to say something that people might not agree with. Are you the one that wants to be deplatformed? So be a grown-up and just deal with it. Other people have other thoughts, right? So this was what happened after that. In a note back, the Building Society reportedly claimed their relationship had irrevocably broken down. Their relationship had irrevocably broken down. I wasn't even aware that our relationship had a problem. They're a financial house. They're not there to do social engineering. I think they should concentrate their efforts on managing money instead of promoting an ideology. And a spokesperson for the Building Society said, the company never closes accounts based on different opinions or beliefs. adding an account was only ever closed if a customer is rude, abusive, violent or discriminates in any way. So what was it he said again? He does, is this a good use of your time? And I have serious ethical problems with the transsexual element and the implications of broadcasting. Rude, abusive, violent, discriminating. I don't see it. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. But you've got to be careful with everything you say. And that was on Facebook. Don't forget, as on Facebook, you know, using the messaging platform, social media, it's going to be a problem. It remembers it. You can delete a post, you can delete past tweets of stuff you might have said in the past, but we've got loads of evidence of them coming back to haunt you. Just because you've deleted it doesn't mean it's gone. It just doesn't. You've got to be careful. God, it's windy today. Hold on, I'm going to try and get out of this wind. Bear with. So there is a way to win this fight, and it's exposure. It's exposure. Now, this isn't a bank, but it's a similar, well, it's a product that he was cancelled on for having an opinion. Look at this.
From a company called Tractive in Austria, which makes a GPS tracker, and the email suggested that I should order a rainbow flag cover for Bella's GPS device so that she could show her pride in Pride Month. I rather grumpily wrote to Tractive in Austria, and I said, why don't you just concentrate on tracking dogs and cease the virtue signaling? And I got a reply that said, thank you for your email. We've cancelled your subscription to Tractive, so you can no longer track your dog. So being the evil journalist that I am, I immediately thought, well, this is a good story. I wrote it for the Spectator, got a huge reaction. I get an email from the Chief Executive Officer of Tractive.
I'd like to apologise. One of our support agents felt personally targeted, reacted in a manner that shouldn't have happened. We have internally taken appropriate measures. I want to emphasise that we do not share your view, but we do accept different opinions. I'm not even sure he really knows what your view is. I've reinstated your service and added 3 months of free service.
So as it says there, his account got reinstated, got an apology and a couple of months free, which I would have told to shove up your arse. I don't want you a couple of months free. I'm going to go find a different provider personally, if you can be treated like that. But they picked on the wrong person, didn't they? They happened to pick on a journalist who worked for the Spectator, who had a platform. The tide's in today. He had a platform that could get huge exposure to an issue, and that won. That got the apology. That's the only way to fight it, is maximum exposure, and everyone should be talking about it, and everybody should be taking this seriously. Everyone. You've got to take this seriously. You've got to. It could affect, you don't know how far this will go. This could just be the tip of what's going to be a very big iceberg, where if you have a differing opinion from what, I don't know, current consensus is, or from what the current message is, you dare to step outside of that opinion and they can take you down. Well, not take you down, but I mean, ruin your life. I mean, look at very popular YouTuber Matt Walsh. He's got hundreds of millions of views. I think it's nearly 700 million views, and he refused to use people's preferred pronouns, rightly or wrongly. I don't want to have that debate down in these comments, right? You can have your own thoughts on it, but YouTube took his money away. They completely demonetized the man. That's his livelihood. He has many children, he has a wife, and they've basically taken away his ability to earn money, which is as good as silencing him. It hasn't worked at the moment, but he's got to have taken a cut, like a huge pay cut. But it hasn't worked at the moment, and maybe he's winning, maybe he's not, we don't know. But that's what they can do. They can't, you know, it's not like the Stasi where they can put you and your family away for saying something wrong, but they can take away your livelihood, your ability spend money. I don't know how you could survive without a bank account. How many more people is this going to happen to? I mean, Black Belt Barrister, I know I've mentioned him a couple of times in this video. I quite like the guy, and he was talking about it as well. And he's just done another video. Go and have a look on his channel. And he's talking about a couple of cases he's now aware of from his clients who have had a similar thing, which is well worth listening to. So we all need to pay attention. This is going to get worse. Maximum exposure, maximum talking about it. I mean, look at the whole American beer company, and I use the term beer very loosely, obviously. Look what happened when they tried to virtual signal. Look at the public backlash that they got. And they soon changed their marketing. Money talks, exposure talks. Just keep talking about things. Call these banks out, call these businesses out. Because if you don't, it will get worse, and it will get to the point where you can't stop it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, like button, all the YouTube stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.